So we're starting with breath work, and we're working on inhale for 6 seconds, feel belly, feel pelvis relax, pause, and exhale for 6 seconds, and pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Let's do 5 more. Last one. Okay, then we're gonna, I like to bring knees up for this, but you can keep legs out straight if you want. We're just gonna do 5 reps of letting knees fall to the side. So we're gonna inhale and let our knees fall. So we're getting a nice opening through that abdominal wall, and then let exhale bring you back up. And inhale, come to the other side, and exhale, come back up. Inhale, exhale, 3 more. Last one on the left. Perfect. Then we're gonna slide legs out straight again and arms out at 90. And I don't know if you can see my hands on the video, but we're just gonna inhale, keep our breath pattern, and just float fingers up, keeping your arm on the ground. Your palms are facing down. Float fingers up. This is a nerve glide, so you may feel kind of a tug through the forearm, through the armpit, into the middle fingers. My fingers tingle a little bit when I do this. That's totally normal. It should settle down when you relax the hand back to the floor. Let's just do about 5 more here. You should feel it loosen up as you keep going as well, so you should feel a little more mobility the more reps you do through the hands. I'm going to move my hands down just so you can see, hopefully see my wrists in the video. Perfect. Let's do 2 more. Great, and then we're going to bring the knees up, and we did happy baby. We can do happy baby here, behind the thighs. You can grab shins, ankles, or you can reach up and grab your feet. It does not matter. So we're gonna get into this. I like this because it stretches my hips a little more. This is gonna just kind of be a little more calm and relaxing. and then take your nice big breaths here. We're gonna do 10 breaths here. Keep the breath nice and slow. 5 or 6 seconds in and 5 or 6 seconds out. This is a great place to focus on what you feel in the pelvis, particularly as you inhale. Take that breath all the way to your tailbone. And exhale, let it release. Inhale. Feel the resistance in the pelvis and take the breath to it. And if you started grabbing thighs, you can certainly increase the stretch a little bit if you feel like you've kind of melted into it. Two more breaths. Then we're gonna let legs come back down, feet flat, knees bent. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Lift one leg and set it down. Inhale, exhale, lift the opposite leg and set it down. Keep your breath pattern. It doesn't matter so much when you exhale or inhale. Just make sure you are keeping your breath nice and slow, and that we're keeping our pelvis and our ribs stable on the mat. So this is heavy into the mat, stable as we move the legs. We're just gonna do 5 total on each leg. And the movement is nice and slow and controlled. Perfect. Okay. Now let's bring our feet flat, kind of bring them a little closer to your rear end, because we're gonna do now some bridges. And same thing, we wanna just keep our breath going. You don't have to necessarily coordinate, but for the first one we are going to. So inhale, fills your belly, exhale, and bridge up. You can keep your hands flat on the table. You can keep them up on the pelvis, wherever you're comfortable. And then we're just gonna slowly roll down back to the table. Sorry, I gotta stretch my leg a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna inhale, exhale, lift. And then slowly lower down. Kind of rolling the spine back down. More. You can feel free to do more reps of these if it feels good. To start, I'm just focusing on 5 of each. Nice. One more. And watch as you're doing these that you're relaxing your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. You're not creating tension through that space. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna stretch out long, just get a nice little stretch here. And then we're just gonna roll over and come into hands and knees. So we're gonna do just a few cat-cow here. This was one that we had been working on where you're really feeling that pull through the lower abdomen. I feel more of it through my mid-back. Exhale here. Inhale as we drop the belly and let the tailbone float up to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck the pelvis. Let's do 5, so 2 more. And then we're going to find neutral. Neutral meaning my back is a little soft here. Got a little arch between my shoulder blades. I'm going to curl my toes under. And on exhale, we're going to lift and come up into downward dog. Now, when you're here, your heels do not have to touch the ground. I want you to walk it out a little bit to get a little stretch through the calves. Elevate your tailbone up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch through the upper back too. And then we're going to come up over a hurdle, lift our pelvis up over a hurdle, and shift back down into hands and knees. Okay, we're going to do this 3 or 4 times. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Lift pelvis up. Come into downward dog. Feel that stretch through the shoulders and mid-back. Walk it out. Get a nice stretch through your calves. Let's take a few breaths here. One more inhale. And on exhale, lift pelvis up and over that hurdle. And come back into hands and knees. Wiggle it out if you need to. Rock forward and backward. Give those shoulders and hands a little break. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Lift up over. Come into downward dog. Walk your dog a little bit. Get some nice stretches through those calves. Let your tailbone lift up to the ceiling. That really increases that pull through the back of the leg. Couple breaths here. Let my neck relax. I didn't say that earlier, but don't hold your head stiff. Let it hang like ringing a bell. Okay, and on to the next exhale. We're gonna lift up and over that hurdle. Come down into hands and knees. Awesome. You can repeat that a few more times if you want to. We're gonna come down into child's pose now and just relax. This should feel good. Let your knees be as wide as feels good. And just stay here and breathe. For 10 breaths.